It is November 10th as I'm filming this, and it is 75 degrees outside and therefore really hot in this house. I guess I should take this sweater off, but how is it November in the Northern Hemisphere? Hey guys, what's up? My name is Dom and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, I typically make bookish content, movie content, miscellaneous collection content, along with some travel content because I like to do whatever the hell I want. It took me 4 tries to get that intro because I forgot how to make an intro. So today's video is going to be my October wrap-up and November TBR. I hope you guys had a great Halloween season. It was pretty hectic for me. I'm so far behind on my watch list because I had 2 jobs. One of them's my full-time job. Another one was a seasonal job. It was Spirit Halloween. Halloween's over, so I don't have to work there anymore, so now I just have the 1 job. Still trying to catch up with my life, but it made the Halloween season hectic, but I got to dress up. I just handed out candy to trick-or-treaters. I stood outside. My costume had a mask. That was like part of the deal, so that's why it was safe for me. But I was Kaneki from Tokyo Ghoul. I'll put a picture. It was cool. A lot of people didn't know who I was, but these 2 guys were so fascinated by how I made the Kagune. Am I pronouncing that right? I don't know. But yeah, it was a good time, and then at night when trick-or-treating was done, I just went inside, I ordered food, and watched movies in my costume. I watched Jordan Peele's Us, and I watched about 20 minutes of Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, but it was kind of a garbage movie, so I turned it off and then watched it later in November. And yeah, garbage movie. So we're just gonna get into reading. I didn't finish any books in October, but things were read. And we're gonna jump right into that. So the first thing I started reading in October was It by Stephen King. I had a little schedule for this. I was gonna read 50 pages a day, but this book is a behemoth. It's a behemoth of a book, and it's hard to read when you're babysitting a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old. So I couldn't, and it was just long. My thing with long books is that I do have to take a break because I got to about 550 pages before I finally had to put the book down. And that's a lot. That's a big book by itself, but I still wasn't halfway through, and I was like, oh my god, I need to read something else. So I did put it down. I kind of want to talk about what I read. So far what I read, I'd rate the book 3 out of 5 stars. I have read 100 pages since then, and it's still about a 3 out of 5 star rating. The thing with this book is that it's definitely more character driven than plot driven than I thought it would be. Because I remember talking about it with my dad, because he's seen the original movie, TV show, I don't remember what it was, but with Tim Curry as Pennywise, that's what he's seen. And I remember asking him, like, how are you going to talk about a killer clown for 1,100 pages, you know? And it's because he doesn't. It reminds me of like an old style book, you know, like the classics where they give you a 50-page description just to talk about one line of action. That's what this reminds me of. And the writing, it's so realistic, and I don't know how to describe what I mean by that, but like I feel like I'm not reading dialogue. I feel like I'm listening to an actual conversation, like I'm eavesdropping. And then it's just the backdrop that Stephen King creates. It's interesting. Like, there's a lot going on in Derry, Maine, you guys. I just don't know how to talk about it yet without spoiling. So this is the book I'm making a vlog. The vlog is going to be titled like How Long Will It Take Me to Read It. But wow, this book reminds me, because it's told in like kind of like 2 eras. So 1958 when the kids are kids, and then 1985 when they're all adults in their 30s. And it's reminding me of how preteens are assholes. That's what it's reminding me of. I mean, they're all great friends, but it's just some of the things they say to each other. It's like, holy crap, it's like, it would not be okay if it wasn't to their friends. And this is not critiquing Stephen King by any means, because like, me and my friends aren't innocent of this. Like, there's things we'd say to each other that I would not say to a random stranger. Like, for example, we make jokes about our mental health at our own expense all the time. But they're really mean jokes, so I wouldn't joke about it on social media. I say these things, me and my friends say these things in our own private conversations. That's what these things remind me of. And then the language of this book is definitely a product of its time, which I knew going into it. Some things still take me aback. Like, it's one thing when like the bullies say these things, because like they're the bullies, they're supposed to be problematic, like whatever. But it's like when he uses them in his casual conversation, I'm just like, wow, like, this would not be okay today. But I like comparing that with books. Like, I like reading, like, what was okay back then compared to now. I think it's very interesting to compare. But that's all I can say about this book, because I'm a little halfway through it. But as October itself, I was only 550 pages through it. We're getting there. It's the big book of the year, and I probably should have started this earlier because we're pushing it, but oh well. So when I had to put down it, I picked up another book, the one that I had been reading forever because I didn't want to start another book. I was like, I gotta get this book done, and it's The Thornbirds. Listen, I know I've been complaining about how boring this book is, but what just happened? This is going to be a spoiler. I don't care. A character was madly in love with a priest throughout the whole novel. They did the do. You guys, she had a secret love child with him that he doesn't even know about. But because her ex-husband looks so much like this priest, that's how she got away with it so easily. If you're going to cause a family scandal, that's the way to do it. Go big or go home. Now I only have 3 chapters of this book left. There's a lot of very obvious foreshadowing about what's going to happen to her children. Can't make it any more obvious, so it's going to be a wild ride. Okay, so that's my wrap up. Yeah, like I said, nothing was finished. I wanted to read other books, like I wanted to read The Haunting of Hill House, but I didn't want to pick it up if I was in the middle of this book. I wanted to read Jekyll and Hyde, but I didn't get the chance to pick it up, and now that Halloween's over and like my Penny Dreadful rewatch was a while ago, I have no desire to pick it up again. So next spooky season. So let's get on to the TBR. So first and foremost, of course, I'm going to try to finish it. I have an arbitrary schedule once again. Am I behind on it already? Yes. And I do want to finish The Thornbirds in November. Like, I read a chapter. Once I do like pick up the book and actually read it, I only read like a chapter a day. Theoretically, I could finish in 3 days, and typically when I go babysit, this is the book I bring with me because I don't really care if the kids are distracting me when I'm reading this one. It's it that I don't want any distractions from. So I could finish them around the same time, I think. But once I finish those 2 books, I will be getting back to my Twilight reread. I just have this one to reread before I could finally pick up Life and Death for the first time and Midnight Sun for the first time. According to my arbitrary schedule, I won't be finishing it in November. I will get about halfway. And if I remember correctly, this was my second favorite of the series when I was 12. So who knows what I'll think about it at 23. Because when I was 12, did I think anything about Jacob imprinting on a baby? No. What do I think about it now? Fucking creepy. I don't care how he worded it, because I know he was trying to explain away Quill imprinting on a 2-year-old. I don't care how he worded it. It still freaks me out. Also, because I just bought the manga set of Tokyo Ghoul that I'm pointing to and you can't see, I don't feel like getting the actual book out, so I'm just going to leave it there. But I will try to get to Volume 14 if I have the time. So that is it. Thank you for watching this video. That was probably pointless in the grand scheme of things, but I kind of just wanted to get this all out there, so therefore my November wrap-up wasn't too crazy. What movies to look forward to? I watched so many movies in October. It was insane. But some that you can check out. I have Psycho up. Psycho was my favorite out of all the ones I was able to watch. I do have The Birds up, but like fair warning, if you want to check that out, I was not a fan of that movie. Upcoming reactions is Rosemary's Baby. And One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest is another one that's coming out in November, and I think that will be it until like my Christmas series. I'll just talk about for the November wrap up. I also want to tier rank the Legend of Korra characters eventually, and I want to do my book haul eventually. I'm just waiting on a few more books. But other than that, I'm going to peace out. It's really hot. I need to change out of this because I'm actually sweating. But thank you guys for watching. If you liked this video, give it a big thumbs up, comment, subscribe. You know the drill. You know the whole jargon thing. And I'm going to peace out, and I'll see you guys later. Ciao, tutti.